Hi everyone, my name is Anthony Mendez Lagunes, and this is my ideal client presentation for ENT 645 for summer 2026. My business concept is offering marketing analytics consulting services to small businesses here in Charlotte, North Carolina. And we can go ahead and dive to the business concept slide. So, what exactly do I do? This is not a one-time setup or a quick audit. It's an ongoing analytics partnership. I sit down with clients every quarter for a deep dive on what is actually happening with their marketing, and I make the data easy to understand and act on. And here's the real problem that I'm solving. Charlotte small businesses are spending thousands on marketing every year with absolutely no way to measure what's actually working and what's not working. Without analytics, every decision is a guess, and guess costs money. For example, a lot of the time people have websites, but they just don't know what's actually going on. And I'll go into it a little bit more, but that's just kind of give you a broad idea of what I actually, prone to pursue. So starting off with slide 3, talking about the demographics. I guess I can start by describing who my ideal client actually is. Age-wise, I'm targeting a business owners between ages 30 and 55 years old. I'm looking for founders, owners, or solo operators running small business services based businesses with anywhere between 1 to 20 employees and an annual target somewhere between $100K to $2 million. In terms of the industry, I'm focused on service-based businesses. Think of like real estate, retail, restaurants, professional services, and health and wellness. And I guess when it comes to tech comfort, my ideal client uses social media confidently. So, for example, they know what TikTok is, they know what Snapchat, Twitter, whatever it may be is. They know the trends, they know how to actually post and get around and navigate through them. But they actually have never touched the tools like Google Analytics, for example. So for the geographics, my primary market is in Charlotte, North Carolina, specifically Mecklenburg County. And to give you some more context of how big this market actually is, North Carolina has 1.1 million small businesses across the entire state, according to the SBA 2025 state profile. And Charlotte Mecklenburg County leads the entire state in business establishments. And I guess my secondary market is cities or surrounding areas outside of Charlotte. So think of areas like Kannapolis, Concord, Gastonia, Belmont, Mooresville, Matthews, really anything around the outside, Fort Mill even, right? It's a different state, but still considering a suburb. And I guess the way I look at it, Charlotte's growing every day. I live here. I see apartment complexes get built every single day, new townhomes, new homes. But also, not only is Charlotte getting more congested, there's more people actually moving to those suburbs that I just named. So I'm thinking kind of long term, not just short term here. And then I guess together these areas that I just mentioned, they actually make up the broader Charlotte metro area. So that's kind of what I mean is like, yeah, Charlotte within the city is really cool, but I want to also expand to surrounding different counties and cities. And these are all active communities. So not only Charlotte has their businesses, but these outside places where all these people are moving to, they're going to need businesses as well. So it kind of falls off. You can work in and work your way out. And then I guess for my next slide, I'll be talking about how my ideal client thinks. These are growth oriented people. They want to scale, but they're not sure where to invest their marketing dollars. They're scrappy and resourceful, and they wear a lot of hats within their position. And they value practical solutions over theory. They're data curious, meaning that they know that data is really important, but they don't know where to start or even how to begin. Like you're looking at what? They're proud to be local, Charlotte local, and also business owners, but they're also very, very focused on deeply like ROI come first. And then before they spend money on anything, they need to see the clear value. And that's important to understand because it shapes how I need to position and communicate my services to them. So behaviorally, here's what I typically see. My ideal client would post on Instagram or Facebook or whatever it is, but rarely they rarely like log in to Google Analytics or they don't even know it exists, right? They make their decisions based on how they are feeling, like within their stomach, like gut feeling, rather than just looking at data and pulling insights. So for example, they have a website, but they have never set up any kind of conversion tracking. They don't even know what a conversion is, right? They don't even know what's important. And they're really comfortable with hiring contractors or freelancers for specific tasks, like let's say updating the website, updating a price, updating a phone number, things that typical contractors do. Because this is important because this is exactly the engagement that I'm kind of offering, but a little bit step. Not only can I help you create conversions, but also kind of grow with you and see what your company actually needs. And I guess what I'm really offering is these people, I want them to respond well to referrals and word of mouth. So not only will my work speak for itself, but then they can go tell their friends or the other business owners about the metrics we were able to pull for them to help drive data-driven decisions. I want these people to show up to local Charlotte business events and networking groups. And like that's the last point, is to actually one of my key channels for reaching them. Show up to these events and meet these kinds of people at these places. So how big is the market opportunity really? Mecklenburg County alone has 43,247 business establishments, the most of any county in North Carolina, like I mentioned in the beginning. Statewide, 99.6% of all North Carolina businesses are small business, and small business nearly created 90% of North Carolina's net new jobs between 2023 and 2024. Let's say I evenly just realistically target just 1 to 5% of the Charlotte market. That's somewhere between 400 to 2,100 potential clients, and that is a very meaningful and very reachable opportunity for a solo analytics consultant. So how can I actually reach this group? Can I actually reach this group? Yes, and there's going to be multiple channels. I believe LinkedIn is my strongest digital channel. I can target Charlotte small business owners by industry and company size through both content and direct outreach. Local networking is also huge, like I mentioned in the beginning. The Charlotte Chamber of Commerce, SCORE, BNI chapters, and local business meetups are all places where my ideal client shows up to in person. Referral partnerships, like I mentioned earlier, are also a major opportunity. Accountants, business attorneys, web designers, they all serve the same client base I'm targeting, and I can send referrals, and they can send referrals my way. My blog and screencast content like this one also serves as content marketing that demonstrates my expertise. And for the right prospects, targeted direct outreach via email or LinkedIn is very, very effective. So now let's talk about the heart of it, like the core frustration. The core frustration of my ideal client has sounds something like this. I post on Instagram every day and I have a website, but I have no idea if any of it is actually working or bringing me any customers. They're spending money on social media with no way to measure the ROI. The website exists but has zero tracking, no goals, no conversion data set up. They can't connect their marketing activity to actual business results, and they feel behind to their other competitors who seem like they have it all going on. This frustration is real. It's widespread across Charlotte's small business community, and this is exactly what I built my services around. So I guess here's how I solve it. First, Google Analytics or GA4 set up in configuration. I bring my enterprise level thinking from working with tools like Adobe Analytics in my professional job and my day job. And then I also use Google Analytics as well. So I have the background in not only enterprise level, but also the personal level as well. And, I kind of apply that same logic for the small business owner at a fraction of the cost. So secondly, I'll do these quarterly deep dives. I know I mentioned that in the beginning. Every quarter we sit down and walk through what is actually happening. Traffic, behavior, conversions, sales trends, all in plain English, not just numbers on a graph and then letting them figure it out for themselves. And then third, conversion goal tracking. We define and measure the actions that matter the most, whether it's a form fill, a call, a purchase, a booking, a lead submission, a sign up for our newsletter. And we got to watch how those numbers change over time, and also how they change as the overall marketing strategy improves. And then fourth, sales and revenue impact. This is the biggest one, I believe. We track how marketing changes translate to real sales outcomes over time, so the client can actually see the before and after as an analytics-backed strategy kicks in for the first time. And then fifth, an ongoing strategic partnership. No jargon, no long contracts, just a trusted partner showing up every quarter to help them understand their data and make better decisions. So to wrap up, my ideal client is already out there. They're already spending money on marketing and they're already frustrated that none of it feels like it's working or it's connected. My job is I provide the missing link, clear, affordable analytics that finally show them what's working and what's not. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to hearing your feedback.